Hello, dear Pisces. How are you? Welcome. I hope you're doing very, very well. Pisces, let's see how your energies will be at this moment. So you can use them to your advantage and see a situation from a new point of view. This reading is general. Take what resonates with you. If not, disregard the message. And it applies to all those who have their sun, rising, moon, or Venus in the sign of Pisces. Pisces, if you need a personal consultation with me, you can write to me to the email shown on the screen, and I will be sending you all the information you need. You can also contact the phone numbers that are published, and you will be able to reach my team of tarot readers who will be answering all your questions 24 hours a day. You are more than welcome to be part of this channel. You can become a channel member and get great benefits like early access to videos and horoscopes, unique badges, polls, and also the chance to participate in raffles for personal readings. All right, let's channel a message for the sign of Pisces. Here we have the Seven of Cups, the Four of Cups, Death, and the Ten of Wands. Oh, wow, there's an internal process, Pisces, that it seems you're going through, right? A big change. And yes, at times it can feel a bit overwhelming, I think, right? Like some doubt, right? Often confusion, like saying, I have to make a decision about where I'm going. Sometimes it also has to do with the people you surround yourself with or situations that leave you like, hey, I don't understand, I don't get what's happening, right? But sometimes that also has to do with being really overwhelmed, right? Because I see it as an overwhelming amount of energy. This is like when you feel overloaded, there can be all kinds of excesses here. Here, there's something that, whether it's because of too much work, you've worked too much and your energy feels like it's short-circuiting, right? And saying, I'm overwhelmed by work, I can't keep up with this routine or carry so much weight. Sometimes you can be overwhelmed by environments, by social settings, by people, by the energy of other people too. You've been there for this person and others, right? And it's like doing a lot of things at the same time, maintaining relationships, family, your partner, your personal life, your job. So it's like, it's a lot. It's a lot, and you feel the burden and the exhaustion too. So it could also be that there are many things in your environment that just don't add up for you, right? It's like, I feel that this doesn't fulfill me, this doesn't satisfy me. I feel like the takeaway is that less is more. It's not about filling yourself with things, filling yourself with stimuli, or escaping from reality, right? It's not about escaping to a fantasy world either, but about seeing what's happening inside you. Start here by selecting priorities, by reorganizing. You are in a process of change and reordering of priorities. It's like starting to choose what's good for you. Start choosing. Not everything in the world is something you like, something you might like, or what most people do. So that's the point, right? It's about making a conscious choice. Maybe what is good for one person could be bad for someone else, right? Places you go to, right? Environments, right? If you feel and you're very sensitive to the energy of that place, you say, I feel uncomfortable here. I feel like this place overwhelms me. I can't go to that place. I feel like there are too many people and the noise bothers me. No, not before, but now that's happening to me, right? And I feel like being with myself, I feel like shutting myself in and isolating myself, because it could be that So this is exactly that classic situation, right? Everything your surroundings, other people, and life are offering you just doesn't feel right, and it doesn't satisfy you. Why? Because your vision is more connected to your inner self, to what's happening inside, to your own needs. Surely your emotional needs are changing, right? And you feel that it's necessary to let go, right? How I feel weighed down by a lot of energy. I feel like I've been carrying a lot of pressure from the outside world, and it's time to start letting go. That's why I feel that the main phrase for this line has to do with that, right? With seeking more quality than quantity. More isn't necessarily better. Okay? So that's why there's a process involving the death card that speaks to us about those symbolic endings. What things are you going to cut off? What things are no longer necessary? What in your life shouldn't continue? What things are you not going to keep holding on to? What excesses are you going to start cutting back on? Where are you going to start finding balance? Good. It's also about redefining dreams, desires, and goals. Let's see what's possible. What's possible in the short term? That could also mean you've set yourself a goal that's a bit too high, or you're aiming too high because of a dream you have, and you're making every effort, right, to make all of this happen. And here's something: I feel like I'm not reaching that result. There's something that doesn't add up for me. That's why we also talked about the pressure you put on yourself to reach a goal, an objective, if you're doing too much for that, right? Start distributing your energy, your schedule in a totally different way. So it's about cutting out what's unnecessary, okay? Without neglecting your health, without neglecting your own energy. Let's see. Let's see what else we have. Dear Pisces, overall energy available. Good. Let's see. Let's take 3 more cards here. We have the Sun, we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Wands. Good, good. This situation, we've talked about excesses, toxic environments or circles, and influences as well. It's something that's about to come to light. It will be revealed, so you'll be aware, right? So that you recognize a truth. When this truth emerges, it's important to take some time for yourself here. Here you will have the power to say, enough of this, I'm done with this. I feel like this is very connected to attention, to bonds, to relationships, right? Uh, I don't want to get into that vibe. I don't want to get into that energy. I'm beginning to connect with a different truth, way of thinking, and vision. Here, the mental shift you're going to have these days is very important, right? This is like the truth that comes up, the truth that comes to light. And it gives you the chance to make a decision to cut off toxic situations, conflictive situations, to not lower your vibration, just to keep sometimes certain situations going, or to keep adapting to environments that weren't benefiting you, that were draining your energy. So there's a big change in belief, in perspective coming, right? That's something you're going to see very clearly, and it'll be major. You're entering a new mental stage, a new phase of decision making, where everything that isn't positive for your life is being cut off. You're starting to decide and choose what really is good for you. Okay? That which brings you calm, that which brings you peace, that which brings you pleasure, what is most aligned with your essence and your being. Let's see what else we have. Pisces. Pisces. Overall available energy. Here you get the King of Swords. We have the Page of Swords. And I was going to say Queen of Swords. Justice. Five of Swords. Well, a lot of swords here. That gives us a clue about the things you're starting to see, right? About what you've discovered and the things you're starting to decide. Making decisions here from a place of maturity, power, and authority. What is it? What is coming to an end? What change are you going to decide to make? What from your past are you also going to be closing out because you no longer want to hold on to it? What do I see here? I see a peak that aligns with your truth, that starts to bring down a lot of information, that awakens, right? Learn something from this situation because there is a lesson to be learned. And I feel that this new information is going to bring about a change in your mind that will create a contrast with other people, with other situations, with other environments. So there's kind of a decision to take some distance there. That is maybe from people, relationships, or situations that honestly you're just not vibing with anymore. You're not on the same wavelength. I feel like there's a Pisces here who has new plans for their life, right? Who has a lot more maturity. I mean, that's what I feel, right? The maturity of your thinking, your vision, the projects you have for the future, the way you communicate, right? And of making a decision about it. It's a decision that will bring balance to your life and will bring order, okay? So what I see, Pisces, is that you're making the decision that this is over in your life. This way of thinking will be left behind. This way of thinking no longer has anything to do with me. And if there's a change in your way of thinking, there will also be a change in your environment. You are starting to connect with new perspectives, decisions, new ways of thinking that are bringing you closer to your new reality and your new truth. Let's see what the Oracle has for you, Pisces. Let's see what advice or message comes through. Pisces. You have number 88 here. It tells you that you are on the cusp of a spiritual, prosperous, and abundant life. You will find numerous opportunities for success and achievements. Will bring financial and material abundance into your life. And the affirmation it leaves you with is, I am empowered. Dear Pisces, this is what we have seen about the overall energy available to all of you. Have a beautiful day, everyone, and we'll see you around here until next time.